Hello,
Hello, hello.
you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you. I can see you. Everything is amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nice to see you today. Yeah, actually, it's at night in my country now. I just finished my dinner and left my office. Yeah, I rent a free space here, so we could have an online conversation right away. Okay, so
Amazing.
how about you?
I'm good. I'm located in Poland in Europe. So currently it's 1 p.m. So it's early afternoon. I'm in the middle of my day. So full of energy and commitment, ready
Hmm.
to start our conversation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Several days ago, I'm just going through my vacation in Taiwan, and yeah, before this episode, I read the Scrum guide again, and it really reminded me of many things I just went through over the past several years. I think today's topic might be interesting because we are going to, I think, attack the squad. No, we try to discuss some defects about this framework because um, several years ago when I attended a team, I found I found maybe the current Scrum framework might might be unavailable for the contemporary software development. I just guessed because I found some defects about it, and I want to start from my own experience in this episode. Yeah, yeah, because oh, sorry, it's a pop up from my Mac. Yeah, and yeah, because from the definition of Scrum, we all know it's a lightweight framework that helps people or the organization to continuously improve themselves. But that's exactly the reason why I think um, it might become a defect for the modern and agile best practice because it is just a framework. That means it's a backbone for the team to
Mm-hmm.
fill in all the things they need to make it work. So usually we would read something like extreme programming or something like user story mapping
Mm-hmm.
or any other best practices to make the framework works
Mm-hmm.
in our team um, collaboration. Yeah, it's very adaptive to our situations,
Mm-hmm.
but many people will find it's hard for them to control this framework because it depends on empiricism. They need some successful experience to help them understand, oh, they make it work.
Mm-hmm.
But as I know, many people failed in Scrum adoption because they found it is hard for them to control this framework. Yeah, usually they might encounter some tough conditions. For example, their team member might reflect they dislike this framework. They want to back to the original form of collaboration. Just they, their project manager, or their manager control all the things. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's how they face the condition. So many Scrum Masters who get suffered from within this situation, they would started doubting that why I attend the professional Scrum training. Yeah, in the training session, we would feel, oh, the Scrum is a successful um, framework. it's a wonderful thing. I could apply these things in my team and it will work as I imagined. But when I get to the real condition, they'll find something different that's beyond their imagination. But I was lucky when I applied the framework, it successfully worked in my team. But when I thought the experience, I know I still do a lot of immature practices. For example, I would prepare the product backlog on my own, even if I was not a product owner. Yeah, that's a stupid behavior, but I really did that to make our team work. So even I I guess many Scrum masters don't step back further to see the whole picture. They didn't know what should they do first to help them recognize, to help them identify if the Scrum framework should be applied in this team, or what should they do upfront to help him apply this framework more smoothly. That's their problem. I saw from their adoption. Yeah, as per my experience, I won't suggest anyone to adopt the framework right away when they learn something new on the Scrum Guide, or they just attend a 2 day session. Then they know, oh, this is how Scrum works, and they should adopt it. No, I would say I would ask one question. Do you know how your message flows from within your team? How do you know? How do you know the workflow? How do you know how the working increment is delivered from your team to your end customers? Do you know the process? If you don't have any, if you have no idea about this process, how do you ask me to follow your suggestion and ask me to do that? I mean, from a team member's perspective, in fact, most people disliked being changed.
Yeah.
They need a reason to be changed and a strong reason. So when I say when I see a Scrum Master doing something like that, they feel something like insulted, or they feel pressure to be changed in no time. Sometimes it might succeed, but in most times it will fail. But some Scrum Masters doesn't know that. Yeah, that's my experience. So if you ask me to suggest a Scrum Master, what should they do? I will ask them to know their workflow upfront. But in the Scrum Guide, it does not tell you that. And even they should build relationship with their members upfront to know how they usually communicate with each other. They should know the power structure in their organization to identify who could support them to push the Scrum adoption in a smooth way. Sometimes I won't deny the power of authority, especially their management. Yeah, in a book named The Age of Project Management in Scrum, that is written by Jeff Sutherland. Oh, no, sorry, Ken Sweber. It says one thing, a product owner needs the sponsorship of the management. Yeah, that's the real thing. So I'm always thinking about how to make the Scrum training more practical. I mean, not just tell them the theory of the Scrum framework, but tell them how to make the Scrum framework more practical and more adapted to
Mm-hmm.
real conditions. But I would say it might cost more than 2 days training. It costs a lot. Yeah, and that's my perspective. So, and yeah, so I want to know, based on your experience, maybe mentoring many mentees, have you ever faced similar conditions before?
Well, yes, I do. And I've heard a lot of great thoughts when you were
Hmm.
sharing your experience.
Yeah,
So, well, in my view, maybe let's start with the change because you
yeah,
mentioned Scrum and Agile is about continuous improvement,
hmm,
about changes, right? I
yeah,
feel like Scrum, someone may say it's a defect, but I would say it's an amazing feature that it is
hmm,
designed to
yeah,
help us feel uncomfortable. I tend to say that professional Scrum is itchy, and that's why when I conduct classes on Scrum or on agility, I create difficult situations. I help people fail, see the failure, and face
hmm,
it during the training. I'm not a fan of giving them the impression that you will take Scrum, everything will be nice, you come back and hooray, we are
oh
successful.
yeah, that's not a real
No, no,
condition.
that's
Yeah,
that's not true, right? So that's
yeah,
why I create such conditions that sometimes even people react like, "Oh, you did it on purpose." And I said, "Yes, tell me about your real life customers. Are they coming to you always like, everything is great? Or are they asking those tough questions? Oh, they ask those questions. Here you go, right? So I'm
hmm,
coming to you with real life stories, no with sugar coating. I'm telling you real stories. In many cases, a lot of challenges along the way, a lot of troubles. With me, people are uncovering Scrum values in action. So we have the value of openness, right? We
yeah,
have the value of respect. I teach my students to connect this tough conversation with those values and understand that they need open and at the same time respectful conversation with the
hmm,
customer to
hmm,
establish trust, to establish good relationship. So that would be my point on that. Don't create false picture of Scrum. In my view, Scrum is a framework that will help you learn, and
yeah,
learning is a bumpy road, not
hmm,
the road to heaven on the rainbow with unicorns and cheerful people along the way, right?
hmm,
Let's face the reality with Scrum, our Scrum adoption.
yeah. Actually, what you say pointed out mindset, a growing mindset. Yeah, we learn from
Mm-hmm.
this framework each time when we deliver something new to our customers, or we did something wrong from within
Mm-hmm.
this process. Yeah, but there's a problem. What if your team member does not realize this because they received the failed experience from this process,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe they get blamed from the
Mm-hmm.
management? You,
Mm-hmm.
as the Scrum Master, need to resolve the issue and help them relieve their maybe their emotions, or relieve the situation from both ends, from the management and the members. Yeah, and help them get aligned with the ultimate goals
Mm-hmm.
and keep going from within this process. Yeah, how do you resolve that condition? Because if we don't handle the situation properly, most of the time they may form biased thoughts in their mind. Yeah, this thing doesn't work. I dislike it because I get some failed experience. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good question. So Scrum needs a proper culture, and definitely blame game is not something that will support Scrum, its fundamentals. It can influence our pillars of transparency, inspection, adaptation. It can for sure stand against our Scrum values. So you mentioned beautifully that, well, there is an opportunity to look at something here, and we say evidence-based management, right?
Yeah.
Evidence-based management brings focus into valuable metrics, into experimenter stance, and it's a natural part of the game that some of the experiments will be a failure. So I would say that as a Scrum Master, you can even proactively help the team and the whole organization to prepare themselves for some of the things that will turn out to be wrong. So it's about teaching them about experiments. It's about showing the value of that. It's about bringing the right metrics into place and having great conversations about, okay, we have a problem, let's collaborate on solving the problem. Because guess what? In the end of the day, if the customer is not happy with our product, they don't care if it was a case of Joanna, Andy, or anyone in this world. They care about the product. They want to, well, in fact, they care about their problems and they care about their experience. So if our product helps them, they are happy. If it's not, they are not happy, or they are not having any emotions, any feelings toward our product. So in my experience, using practices like nonviolent communication, like showing evidence-based management, and bringing focus to the right place. What is the value of our behavior right now? How it will translate into value into our product? If none, let me ask you, do you really want to do it? So talking money, showing people that the consequences of certain behaviors won't help them earn money. What is even worse, they may lose money. It can change a lot someone's thoughts, and this might be a great beginning for the future conversations too.
Yeah, yeah. You mean that we should be customer centric when we are developing our product? Yeah, but I'm not sure if similar situations happened in Poland, because as I observed, some developers, not just developers, some people um, might don't care about the quality of the product. Just give it the stack, and I will finish it. But I don't care about if our customer cares about it or not. I just know I've done it. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to help them aware the importance of how customer view our products. Yeah, and that's one of the things I think the Scrum framework will tell you, and Scrum Master need to resolve that condition. And you have mentioned one thing. I think I think it's important that we should point out the problem we have faced with the process. Well, I usually do this in our sprint retrospective. Yeah, I will write draw some lines on the board, because in Scrum guides we say we have to review the people, interaction, process, tools, or the definition of that, something like that. Yeah, and we will list the good, bad, and what should keep and our improvement plan. So they form a matrix and a whiteboard. I'll ask them to write down the sticky notes. What do you think about to write something on each frame? And I would point out the failure we failed in the process and tell them, although we did something wrong in this product or in some aspects, that's nothing because we learned something new from the process. And I feel honored from their behavior because we didn't escape the problem, and we keep solving it. That's how I feel we were honorable for this product. Yeah. So I think it's a it's a superhero's responsibility to build ownership in the team to help them aware to help them aware they should be carried about what our customer wants. Yeah, and when I was applying Scrum, we all know there is a practice like story points, something like burn down chart to estimate the consumption speed of the team or some project. Yeah, but as time goes by, I just feel actually Scrum Guide it does not clearly tell you how to do the estimation. Yeah, but in Agile Manifesto it tells you, oh, the working software is the primary estimate of progress.
Yeah.
But in fact, this description is quite abstract. What do you mean? Working software? Yeah, because in other states, when I was reading some best practices, it tells you to apply the story point. But as I know, many people just relate the story point with estimated time. So I feel weird if you just wanna use time as your estimation. Why don't you just use it directly? Why do you want to use the story point to estimate your time? Yeah, and yet, as I know, the original intention of the story points is to enable communication to the product backlogs to help team members maybe just expand their discussion scope to help them understand the content of each product backlog to boost their understandings, not for estimation. But when we focus highly on something like time, then we lose its original form of the tool. So now I won't tell I won't tell my team to use the story point because they will make them lose the focus of the tool. I will use something like lead time in Kanban because it's just a pause matrix in our Agile practice. So we just measure these metrics after the increment is delivered. Yeah, but for me, it's just a reference. I won't tell them I will see this. Yeah, I will see, but I will see, but I won't put high focus on it because I don't want my team to lose focus on communication. Yeah, they should communicate more, but not focus on the measured value. Because when they try to boost their understandings through product backlogs, their estimation would become more accurate. I mean, their understandings, not estimated time. Yeah, and luckily, my manager knows what I mean, so we don't strong require our team to do the story point estimation. I think that's a outdated tool for me. Yeah, I'm not sure. What is your thoughts on this? Like, how do you do that in your team?
Well, maybe we should start from the very beginning. Story points are not part of the Scrum per se, which is
I know it's not.
actually a great news for us. What does it mean?
Yeah.
Complementary practice. You either choose to use it if it brings value, if not, remove it. Because we don't have only empiricism in Scrum, we also have lean thinking. So focus on essentials, focus on what brings value, remove anything that brings waste. So in my experience, well, I'm not the biggest fan of story points personally. I prefer, when it comes to my work and my management of my work, I prefer Kanban metrics, flow metrics, as you mentioned. What I love about them, they are about what truly happened in the past. So it's not about trying to guess future, it's about the past. What happened in the past is truth, right? So I believe it's a reliable data if we put real data into anything that we use. Paper, Excel sheet, Jira, whatever is your tool, right? However, I also found that if introduced in the correct way, like invitation for collaboration and talking to each other, having a valuable conversation, I have nothing against story points. What I will emphasize is that Scrum brings certain constraints, time constraint, sprint, and because of that, we need to make our work, our forecast small enough so it can fit the sprint time frame. This is our work as a team. And when going back to what you mentioned, working software, working product as a primary measure of progress, well, there are just a few powerful questions that you can ask to your team. What you can do to deliver something valuable to your users, customers during this sprint. Choose whatever you believe it can be. Try to focus at even something very small. So from the very beginning, someone may say, "Oh, Joanna, but what about efficiency? What about their capacity?" You are asking them focus on small value delivered. But if you think about it deeper, it's much better to deliver something small, really working to your users, instead of maximizing the busyness of every team member, right? Here you go.
Yeah, you know, when we try to make the team member busy than ever, just try to fit a lot of work. That just make them busy without doing anything.
Or they can even work very hard, but guess what? When it comes to complex environments, working hard do not necessarily bring value. And that's a paradox. That is this wall that sometimes people believe, oh no, I cannot change that. But you see, if we take this wall, if we destroy the wall, there is a new world with a new mindset. I'm delivering value. I'm focused on value, not on busyness, right? This is very challenging for many managers, leaders, even for team members. Sometimes when people are given the opportunity to face professional real Scrum, they are like, but why my days are not planned fully? Guess what? because you are going to uncover things, you are going to learn along the way. We are having a compass. Oh, I typically have it on my desk, right? We are
Mm-hmm.
looking together at the compass. We have sprint goal, product goal. We don't
Mm-hmm.
need to plan everything from lean point of view. In fact, planning too much in complex
Mm-hmm.
environment is like waiting for waste
Mm-hmm.
to pop up in our process. So too much
Yeah.
planning, too much preparations, trying to
Mm-hmm.
predict the whole future. This is not Scrumish or Agile way of
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. But sometimes our management does not know that. They usually need a plan, even if you know actually we don't need a plan.
Mhm.
So usually, I would make a plan for him because I just let him know, we have a plan here and we will follow it. But I will tell him a truth. Just don't believe the dates I give you because it will be adapted to our conditions
Mhm.
because we are doing agile. Yeah, but it's lucky that he accepts my idea. Yeah, because I'm scared of people who just take strong control over a project. That will make me feel I should not be here for the project. Maybe you just take it away. You could do it on your own. You don't need me. Yeah, and well, and when I mentioned the experience I adopted the Scrum framework several years ago, I just mentioned I would um, prepare the product backlogs on my own. You know that?
Okay.
No.
Were you a product owner?
Sorry, I cannot hear your voice.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Now, okay,
Yeah.
microphone is working. When you created your product backlog,
Hmm?
did you hold the accountability of product owner in that case?
Actually, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but but that's my experience several years ago. But as my but as I thought, as I think now, I think um, a product owner should not take all the accountability to prepare product backlogs. Yeah, because in fact, the product owner cannot know everything in detail. But I do saw some product owner do all the things on his own when he's preparing product backlogs. He knows everything in detail, like API specification and how network structure operates. And that's I think it's too over for him to do that. So I tell him, you just write down the fundamental specification and organize meetings with your team to let them help you do this. You cannot do this all the way because if you do it very actively, your team member will get very passive to their work because they know you will do everything for them. Yeah. That's what I observed from another team. I
Mm-hmm.
just remind him of that. We should not do that, but he didn't accept my advice. So I just I would often saw him working overnight in the office, and his team members get more and more passive to their projects and their manager feel why their deliverables are so slow, why our customers are always unsatisfied with our project. If do we do something wrong? Yeah, you do something wrong, but it's very hard for them to change that situation because the habit has been formed. The team member gets very patient to their project, to their work. But in my team, I won't do that. I would write up. I would because I'm now a project manager.
Mm-hmm.
I will write down the basic specification and let them to help me brainstorm how the details should be implemented to deliver values to our customers, because that makes them um, feel a sense of participating
Mm-hmm.
to work on the same item, even if they have different talents. Some people are backend engineers, some are front-end engineers, and some are DevOps. But they are working on the same product to deliver the necessary increments to our customers. So we divide the product into many sprints. Each time we deliver small things to our customers, even if it's not maybe it's not as fast as they expect, but we could ensure every time we deliver a workable software to them. That's the difference between my team and others. Yeah. So so usually now I won't tell them we are doing Scrum. I will tell them we are just doing some iterative and incremental approach
Mm-hmm.
to improve our process and our best practices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I won't tell them, oh, we are doing Scrum. Yeah. And to me now it's just enough. I will try to make it a more a more natural thing in our gene. Yeah. So but I still think the Scrum guide does not tell us something we should do before the Scrum planning, because it says a product owner should take the accountability of preparing product backlogs. Yeah, several years ago, I did think a product owner should prepare everything at a time. So and later I learned something like the user story mapping, and I met some people with different talents, like designers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of things they should do before the sprint planning, because maybe they would try they would draw the wireframes, they would evaluate other products. There is another implicit cycle before the sprint planning, because they are formulating how the product backlogs are generated. Yeah, but in Scrum Guide, it doesn't tell you that, because actually it should not tell you that, because it depends on the real development context.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to the Agile team to decide how should that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are a junior Scrum Master, you don't know that. Yeah, so that's why I tell any Scrum Master they should know how their message flows from within their team. They should know how team members work in the very beginning, and that could help them decide what to do next to help the team forward the status of Agile, or you say work in an iterative and incremental manner.
Yeah, that's a very valid point. And based on my experience, in fact, the bare minimum that you need for the sprint planning is product goal,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because what are the things that are included in our product backlog, product goal, and product backlog items, our potential
Mm-hmm.
future about the product. But if we think Scrum, what can happen during first sprint? Well, we maybe don't know a lot yet. And well, maybe that's completely fine. You can start your sprint planning having your product goal in front of you, and you can create during sprint planning event PBIs, refine them, double check, okay, seem they fit into our sprint time frame. So let's pull it into the sprint. You end up sprint planning with sprint goal. That is a small stepping stone toward product goal. You have this alignment. You created your PBIs. Maybe that will be absolutely fine. So I would even say sometimes you don't need anything before this sprinting. However,
Mm-hmm.
I also appreciate and I also encourage, if this is what the team company needs, maybe we can start with a discovery. It won't be Scrum. Let's be honest with each other. If we just go into pure prototyping, like paper prototypes, going to
Mm-hmm.
customers, going to the street, I've seen such an experiment, going to the street, talking to the people, right? So doing
Yeah,
your customer interviews, user interviews, that's fine. If you believe this is something that can help you, do it. Just bear in mind, remember, this is not Scrum yet. If you are unable to deliver something of value to your users, well, I'm not
mm-hmm.
discouraging, I'm just sharing practices, tools, ideas, and I'm telling people about the risk. Because if you postpone building something, you are also
Mm-hmm.
postponing a very powerful feedback loop. So, feedback
Mm-hmm.
from stakeholders, customers, users, sponsors about your product build. So, take responsibility for your product, right? And do what you believe is the best.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for your sharing now. And yeah, um, but from your perspective, um, do you feel if there is anything needed improved for this framework?
Anything that needs to be improved? Oh my God, that's a very good question. And you know what? I started my journey with Scrum and Agile years ago. I was
Yeah.
always thinking like more, why there are so many things that are not precise enough. And after some years, I changed my mind completely. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, currently, I'm a big fan of let's just create a frame and tell the people there are practices, complementary practices, great inspirations. They are great books. Go read those things, right? And
Yeah.
feel the frame. So honestly, I believe it was a great decision to add most important elements to the framework and remove some of the things to create more space for uncovering your own journey, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what I believe in such case is very important to have good, even great Scrum Masters, Agile coaches, maybe
Mm-hmm.
consultants, because they will help you understand from the very beginning what you are doing, what is the right path, and later when you create great habits of continuously learning, habits of
Mm-hmm.
regularly talking to the users, habits
Mm-hmm.
of inviting right people to your review, sprint review, talking to people, gathering feedback, gathering data, becoming evidence-based management. When you finally align yourself with that path, then this path might be smooth for you. The beginning is terrible because I believe many people don't have still, although this is not a new framework, they still believe in some myths. They forget about the importance of fundamentals. And
Yeah.
I pay a lot of attention to teaching about empiricism, about why complex problems, they are directly put into Scrum.org mission, why we are choosing certain things. I'm never talking to people, we are doing things because we are agile. Bullshit. We are doing things, pardon my vocabulary, but we are doing things because of unknown unknowns, because of risks, because of so many things in complex environment can destroy our wonderful plans. So this is why we decided to follow certain things, right? So
Hmm.
that would be my point of view here.
Yeah. And because I learned Kanban practice last year, I
Hmm.
learned it because I started to find there is a limitation on my mindset when I was using Scrum. Yeah, I feel it seems a lack of something I should know to help me expand my experience
Hmm.
about it. Yeah, so I try to apply the Kanban method to implement something I never thought of in a Scrum framework. For example, the lead time, the metrics, the flow, and the limiting the width, the work in progress. Yeah, that just opens my eyes to another world. Oh,
Hmm.
there is something I could use to complement um,
Hmm.
the defects. I think the defects of the framework because it's too abstract and too dynamic. So many people would have various practices to fill in the framework. Yeah, that's why I feel, oh, maybe for an agile coach, we should learn more and more things to help us expand our mindset and back to see how the original things we learn should be improved further to make it more perfect. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's how I feel when I was learning this to practice on my journey. Yeah, and but you mentioned the product goal. You know, I read a Scrum guide in 2017. At a time, it does not contain the term the product goal. Yeah, I think that the co-creator of Scrum might think a lot to improve the Scrum guide to make it more maybe more practical to people. Yeah, in 2017, the Scrum guide is I think, quite complex and abstract for people to read. When I read it, I feel, oh, I found a treasure. I found a treasure on earth. I could use these things on my team. So I present the guide to my boss. But I guess he didn't know what I was talking about. He just see, oh, I'm very excited about this, but he didn't object to my idea. He just say, okay, just try it. Yeah, he doesn't know what I'm going to do on my team, but it successfully worked in my members, and we delivered the project within 3 months. So these teams formally falls into our team, and we started with Scrum. Yeah, it's my first successful experience in Scrum adoption. But I think I was lucky because at the time my boss doesn't object to my idea, and my manager uh, uh, did not um, did not show any sense of this is a bullshit thing, something like that. So and our members were highly um, acceptable to this framework. Even if they didn't know what it is. But it did make things work because we divide many things into sprints and we deliver them one by one to smoothen our work in progress. That's the successful experience and a positive experience I got from over the past few years. But now I just try to improve my mindset to this framework. Yeah, I would keep questioning the framework if there is anything we could improve to it. Because now we are just facing maybe one or two teams. But when we are facing a group of teams, maybe it's a hierarchy, or maybe we should learn something like SAFe or Nexus framework, something like that. I'm not very clear about it because because I didn't have the experience of facing such a large group of organization. I think that would be another story when we back to see how the Scrum framework could be adopted in this in this business context. Yeah, I'm also not sure. I'm also not sure if you had a similar experience before because as I know, many people on a forum like Reddit, they
Mm-hmm.
would they'll explain their complaints about the the large scale Scrum framework. They think they just it just burden them with a lot of meetings and more tough communication conditions. But I don't know why they say that because I don't have the opportunity to get into that situation in my current company. Yeah, I usually stay in startups, so I won't face such a big organization. Yeah, I'm not sure if your mentees propose the similar situations with you.
Well, I have totally different situations, and
Oh yeah.
I used to work in big companies and very small. I used to have customers that were extremely small, very small startups. And you know what? Maybe that's why I'm not looking for how to improve the framework, because I'm
Yeah.
always thinking like this is the pencil or this is the spoon. It was not
Mm.
designed to be the best pencil ever in the world. It was designed with a certain purpose. And what truly matters is not whether this pencil or pen or whatever it is. Sorry, I don't even know. But it does not matter whether this tool is amazing. What truly matters is that I can use it and I can write a poem. I can write a book some writers wrote the book sitting on the
Mhm.
sitting in the park, right? What
Yeah.
truly matters is the value and everything I will do with that, with this tool, right? And
Mhm.
what I've learned, and this is my strong belief based on all my experiences, based on the stories people are still bringing to me, is that how we take this tool and how we effectively uh, collaborate with the tool, use the tool to create
Yeah.
amazing products. So I believe that, well, there are two questions. If you ask me whether Scrum sucks or Scrum framework sucks, I would say don't blame the tool, don't blame the spoon, don't blame the pen.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
uh, what I believe is a different question, and I would say a better one, what I as manager, what I as team member, what I as agile coach or scrum master, what I can do or what I should do to deliver value. And in that
Mhm.
case, I will tell you, yes, high five, great job for learning Kanban, because professional Scrum with Kanban done right, they are doing like that. High five! Congratulations on
Okay.
if you learn techniques for collaboration, if you learn techniques for actively and beautifully managing your product backlog, if you create great frameworks that help you gather data about your product, all those things are making you a better expert, and that they can help you create an amazing product. For me, this is what truly matters. So your journey.
Okay, can you still hear me?
Yes, I can even hear you better.
My earphone is off electricity,
Oh
so
my God.
your mouth moving, but I cannot hear your voice now. But yeah, but I think the time is almost the time is almost up. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for Joanna to join my online session for this talk, and yeah, yeah, yeah. And you have shared your experience and perspective with me um, about um, about the Scrum framework. I really enjoy your comments on this topic. I hope next time we could share another topic with the audiences. Yeah, and thanks for your time today. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's about time. Maybe we could leave now, and I would make up this video on on the podcast platform and deliver to our YouTube channel. Yeah, let more audiences to know. Oh, there are two cultures from Western and Eastern world to brainstorm their thoughts at this time. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.